Welcome. In this video, we're going to do an unboxing and card overview of the Transformers deck building game published by Renegade Game Studios. So down at the table, we can take a look at the box. So a deck building game from Matt Hira and Dan Blanchett. So he's better known for the DC deck building game. So this game will have some things resembling that. So transform and roll out. The Autobots are brave robot warriors hailing from the planet Cybertron. Their mission to stop the Decepticons from enacting their evil schemes on Earth. In this deck-building game, you will take the role of one of the mighty Autobots, travel and explore the Matrix, and transform between your different modes as you gain allies, find relics, and acquire technology to battle with the Decepticons. But be warned, as your deck grows, more powerful Decepticons will rise up to challenge you. The Transformers deck-building game can be played competitively or as a cooperative experience. This core set will begin your collection with everything needed to play, but the battle is far from over as playable Decepticons are on the way to expand your game. So taking a look inside, got a little flyer for some other Renegade games. Have not played that one. Power Rangers, not that one. Clank, very good deck builder. Recommend that in the Power Rangers deck building game, which have played, but not a huge Power Rangers fan. So on top we have our rule book. Nice art on the back, going over turn sequence, end game scoring, end of turn, and battling an adversary. And inside this is 19 pages. Taking a quick look, going over content or objective of the game, the basics, card anatomy, setting up the game, different types of cards, how to play, spending, dealing with adversaries, and assisting in fights, and sights and relics, and then the game end and cooperative and solo rules, and tips for playing. So some punch boards with our standees, taking a look at those, our tokens and tracking, and some reminder tokens, some ongoing abilities, and start of turn abilities. And you see, this is what I consider to be the standard thickness for token board. Punch out easily. And here, we got some standees for our character standees. So we can have them standing up. And some Energon cubes. So we've got 42 small square acrylic cubes and then 8 larger ones. And then our standard cards, we'll be taking a closer look at here in a bit. And then our oversized character cards. So our characters we can play right out of the bat. They can look at the card quality, just normal size card stock, it feels like, just bigger than the normal card size. So we've got Optimus Prime in his bot form and his abilities, and then his alternate form. Then we've got Bumblebee in the bot form and his car form. And then Ironhide on both sides. And Wheeljack. Not familiar on how to pronounce that. RC maybe. And then we have Ratchet. So here we've got everything laid out and just going over the cards one more time on these. It's basically telling us our mode we're in, whether we're Autobot or alternate, our name. Movement points, which of course we only have on our alternate form, not in our bot form. Then special abilities, Energon abilities, and special abilities on the other side. So we also get 5 reference cards going over our turn sequence, end of turn abilities, and then confrontation for battles. Then we have a stack of encounter cards when we do get into fights or get ambushed. So these are dual purpose. Flip one card, got our ambush up here. Then if we are doing a confrontation, what happens down on the bottom. So a quick look at those with the ambush, dominance, casualties of war, outmaneuvered, EMP, a crushing blow, undermined, power fluctuation, underestimated, out of gas, never good, and an uphill battle. Then we have all of our starter cards to make your starting deck, which is going to be 10 cards. We're going to get 6 cards and 1 of each of the other cards. So you can see cost up here, what resources they're going to give us. So this gives us 1 power and the Energon ability. So of course we've got enough of those to make our starting decks of courage. And then we've got firepower, 2 energy and a range of 1. We'll get 1 of those, 1 patrol, movement of 1. And then we've got fix, movement of 1 with the abilities. And lastly, reserves with a movement of 1. Then a card that goes out that we can buy. So all the same there. Cost of 2, transform and roll out. 1 energy, 1 range, and a movement of 1 with their basic power. Then the cards we don't want to get, damage. So basically a dead card in our hand. And if you ever have 5 of these in control, your spark has been extinguished in a co-op or solo game, and that will end the game. So then we get to the meat of our cards that we will be purchasing. Just going over these real quick. So we've got RC, Brawn, Mirage, Bumblebee, Cliff Jumper, Hound, Prowl, Jazz, Wheeljack, and Optimus Prime, and Ratchet and Ironhide. Then we've got some ground bridges, repair bays. So just going to do a bunch of different abilities. And these cards will form out basically a map that we'll be going through. Depending on the numbers of players is how big that grid will be. So recon, got a quick change. Helping hands, some charge, more than meets the eye, and some Decepticons, Rumble, Laserbeak, Ravage, Kickback, Scavenger, Sky Warp, Scrapper, Shrapnel, Brawl, Bone Crusher, Thundercracker, and Bombshell. And finishing off these, we've got some sites, military base, back into the city, then some relics, Jetfire, Spike Witwicky, got some ally cards, and then some Hostage Crisis cards, some Decepticon schemes, and then some cooperative schemes. And then our 6 boss cards. So we've got Soundwave, Astro Train, Starscream, Blitzwing, Megatron, and Devastator. And that is everything in the Transformers deck building game. As always, hope you enjoyed this unboxing. So please click on the like button below and be sure to subscribe. Thanks for watching.